Well, hello, it is I, Chris Brogan. How the heck are you? I'm getting messaged right as I go right into the news thing. 1 second. My live news show will talk after and good. Hello, let's try again. I'm Chris Brogan. Welcome to the news show. I'm Chris Brogan. Here's where I go and give off live news stuff for you. This is where I find interesting things that I've read and I want to share them with you. I'm using Ecamm Live to build this. Make sure you check that out if you are wanting to find out the best way to do Facebook Live for Mac. So in this, what I do is I go through my stories, I find things that I find are interesting, and I share them with you, and I try to give you things that I think you will find as super fun. If you want to read along, go to chrisbrogan.com/cbm and find the link for this particular day. So today is the 30th. This is what we're going to be talking about, and that is how you play along at home. First up in the stories, let's go to one that should make you shudder just a tiny little bit. A Swiss supermarket chain is offering a new line of insect products. There's the little tots right there. Those look like little falafels. They're going to be new bug-based products. And what's kind of exciting about this to me, oops, I just touched something weird on the screen here. What's exciting about it to me is that we are running out of animal-based protein to support all of the different people that are online. Living in this world. So bugs. Yeah. So I've eaten bugs. I've eaten crickets from the Exo company who makes a protein powder out of crickets. They're all ground up. It's like protein powder. It's not any different than a lot of things. Not a big deal. You should know that there are other ways to get your protein. You can get them from plants. There's lots of other sources. But how interesting that this Swiss company is off doing this. This is the second time I've put out an alternate protein story. Hi, Steve Garfield. The other one was that Bill Gates and Richard Branson are investing a lot of money into making synthesized meat products in a lab. So this is what the world is telling us right now. We're running out of protein to cover the 7 billion and growing population. So we'd rather you eat either scientifically grown lab products or maybe bugs. What we keep forgetting is, oh, by the way, there's also plants. You know, what can I say? Hi, Brian. Hi in Frankfurt, Germany. V. Gates. Good to see everybody here, Raul and John. By the way, yes, it most definitely bugs you. Oh my gosh, you're so good. All right, in the probably don't make statements that lots of people can really quickly verify, Joel Osteen's problem with Lakewood Church, besides a lot of people's opinion of Lakewood Church in general, is just that maybe he shouldn't have said we were rained out, so sorry we can't provide our shelter to people in need. You might note that in the pictures down below, how come this is not scrolling all of a sudden? Dear Internet. My page is frozen or something. I'm going to refresh it. Yep, that's what was wrong. So now look at that. This is the footage, of the said area, and this is where he said we are so flooded out we can't have people here in our church. Maybe don't do that in a world that has tons of photos and cameras, and maybe we should probably consider what we're going to put out there to the people. That's what I have to say about that one. If you know, there's other reasons you maybe don't want to open up your place that seats 16,000 to a whole bunch of flood victims, because the Bible talks about helping people like that. That's another whole conversation that we don't have to have if we don't want. Hey, I haven't been working in a company for a million more years, but I remember what I hated most about companies was cubicles, but I think what I hate more than cubicles would be open desk space. Oh, that's so weird. I'm a Wall Street Journal subscriber, so I can read the whole thing. I have it not logged in on this screen. So anyway, office spaces focusing more on communal areas was the story. You might not be able to read that, or I think the Journal gives you like a couple freebies before they start charging you for it. But anyway, I think if I had a choice between either not working in an office, period, working in a cubicle, or working out in an open space like a bullpen scenario, I don't think I would choose the bullpen scenario. That wouldn't be the turn on for me. Interestingly, today I'm interviewing Manoj Bhargava, who invented 5-hour energy, amongst other things, a billionaire. And he's a billionaire who does his work in kind of an open office space. And I think that is crazy. So the podcast quality is going to probably not be its best. Brian says, up your alley. I read this morning that Cortana and She Who Shall Not Be Named are going to start talking to each other. I hope She Who Shall Not Be Named ends up usurping Cortana, because Cortana's a stupid fool. I say that as an Xbox player who is frequently in the circumstance of getting my games interrupted by Cortana thinking I'm trying to talk to her. I am, by the way, it's so interesting. My kids and I talk about this a lot because we have a rule in the house not to be rude to AI. When they're not here, I'm kind of rude to Cortana. I say nasty curse words to her. But I think it's an interesting question in general. Are we going to be rude to our AI? People are already doing it. Alexa already has a lot of things built into her, apologizing for when she knows you're kind of frustrated. So it's very interesting to note that it's a thing. Like, we psychologically are a little abusive to artificial intelligences, and we say things we might not say to real people. Next story, there's a lot of people that tell you that you can make money on Instagram, and a lot of those people are interesting but absolutely flawed and wrong. This particular nice woman went from being totally broke to traveling full-time and making a lot of money. I will start with the obvious that it probably doesn't hurt that you're a very attractive woman, but that's not enough of the story. So don't anyone discount it for that reason. But this person who has an Instagram account called My Life's a Movie, and I think the other one's My Life's a Travel Movie or something like that. Her name is Alyssa Ramos, and she has cracked the code. So she made a business, a successful actual revenue-generating business out of doing this. So there's an interview with her on this, and what she says is that, all she didn't really want to do, hey Dave, is that she didn't really want to work in an office space. So she wanted to figure out how to work, anywhere. And so that's how this got started. That's how this project got launched. And then in the process, she figured that she could find ways to make some revenue happen. And it's definitely worth reading. Again, if you want to check out any of the articles that I have on this, go to chrisbrogan.com/CBM and you can check it out. But this is a pretty solid article on how one can make revenue and make a business out of what you are looking to do in your own future. Speaking of the future, I wanted to show you this. I thought this was really cool. This is a Kickstarter project that I think it is, passed on through Trend Hunter magazine. We all talk about we want to save the world. We want to make the environment a better place. Oh, solar energy would be great, but I can't afford those solar panels. How else could I do it? This is a kind of cool project. This is a compact solar charger called Jenny, Jenni, like generator. This is Better Currents Jenny. And this is a little tiny generator that you can run at your house. It's not, ultra tiny, but there's this generator that you can run at your house. And it's a way that we can take on this challenge. So you can use this to deliver solar power as a charging station for a lot of your gear and all that. And let me see if I could tell you, condo people, etc., might find this a very useful solution. I don't remember if it shows a price on it. That's what I was kind of scrolling down to try to find. But it's a pretty cool project, and you can go to jenny.com to support. Oh, it's Indiegogo. I thought it was the other one. They're all the same to me. But definitely worth a check out because, there's a lot of us who might want to do that sort of a thing. All right. You may or may not know I'm a little bit nerdy geeky. John certainly does. Dave does. A lot of you do. I love cosplay. I think it's really cool. I will probably never dress up. It's a lot too much work. My kids love dressing up in cosplay. So not only is it fun to find some people dressed in cosplay, but this was from Sri Lanka's Comic-Con. So it was fun to see Sri Lankans doing cosplay. And I don't know, call this my, guy growing up in New England thing. But, most of the cosplay I've seen has been here. So it was very fun to watch a bunch of people dress up as different characters and really bring who they were to the cosplay. Now, I don't know if you know this. I'm going to show you some more of these in just a second. I don't know if you know this, but there's a huge pile of racism. Well, surprise, there's racism. There's a lot of racism that goes on in cosplay community as well. And there's a lot of, divas not black kind of storylines that go on and stuff like that. And I'm 100% against it. And I think that you should play who you feel you are. And it's really, really, really depressing. And so I am so excited to see Sri Lankans who choose who they want to be. This is, I'm believing, Moana. This Joker came out really, really good. That's, I think, from The Killing Joke. And just so on and so on. A cool Harley Quinn, no idea. By the way, watching cosplay with my kids, that's, I think, a Ringwraith or Nazgul or somebody. And here we go. And so I just thought these were just so super cool, and I wanted to share them with you. So go to chrisbrogan.com/cbm and check it out for yourself. It's always fun to see what people can come up with. As you know from knowing me, I'm not one to shy away from taking a selfie, but some people aren't exactly into the old, let's put the camera on our face. But what if, I don't know what I just did. I minimized the site. Or did I close it? Oh no, technical error. Chris Brogan closed his browser. Hang on. I only have 2 more stories too. I can't believe I did this at the end of 2 stories. That's okay. Gosh, I had such a good transition going though, didn't I? All right, so back to my beautiful human head. And then I will click to this, and then I'm evidently showing the wrong thing. Boom! It's always me. It's always there's a screw loose between the chair and the keyboard. All right. Wouldn't it be cool if you could take a selfie and you could scan for pancreatic cancer? Woohoo! I think this is such a cool technology. So you can take a photo of your head and determine whether or not you have pancreatic cancer. I'm not really sure how, I like the goggles that are involved in this story. I think that I would wear those just regularly. Maybe it's sort of like a sign, like putting the pink ribbon on for breast cancer. You could just walk around wearing those things. Yeah, technology is complicated for me, Mr. Bushy, but not you. So frustrated. I've been getting so good at making these, but the way this video starts, for those of you who showed up late, I got a text from Jacqueline. She's frustrated because there's something going on at work, and I have to answer that. And so the beginning of this video stinks. Now the ending of the video stinks. Thank God. But it's live. We'll do it live. All right. This article is the last article of this particular post. You could go to chrisbrogan.com/cbm. By the way, if you want to make one of these yourself, go to cbrogan.me/ecamlive. Make your own damn show. You'll have far fewer errors than me. This is an article called, evidently, I'm So Old, or people that they have making articles over at Wired and Fast Company and those places are getting way too young. Because look at this article here. This crowd-funded camera looks like an offline version of Instagram. Oh, people of Earth, we call this a Polaroid. And it is a real technology that existed for many, many years, long before Instagram ever came around. And at first, when I started reading this article, I thought they were being funny. I thought they were like, it's like Instagram, only real life physical world. They are totally not being funny. They've never heard of Polaroid. I hope to God there's a mountain of emails now at the Fast Company desk like, whoa, where are you from, you strange human? It's a terrible thing. Do you have to shake Instagram after you take the pic? Yeah, exactly. Oh my gosh, it is nuts that story's out. So I had to end on that because I was just nonplussed, which is a word that doesn't get used nearly enough. I was nonplussed by the realization of what had gone on there. Let's see, Dave says, now millennials are killing Polaroids. Yes, thanks, Obama. Your millennials have come and ruined Polaroid as well. Go to chrisbrogan.com/cbm to check out all the links that I shared here. Thanks for coming to this thing live. I am so grateful for you. It means so much to me. This has been a lot of fun, and I enjoy doing this because I'm sharing just interesting things that I've read and that I find are cool, and hopefully passing on stuff that you might find is interesting. If you want to share what you find is interesting, if you want to share cool stories you think I should cover here on this Chris Brogan Media Live story, send an email to me, chris@chrisbrogan.com. Hey, Coach Crocker, we're all done. We're wrapping up. I'll catch you all later. Bye for now.